Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are continuing our DVWA series or DAM Vulnerable Web Application, particularly file inclusion at medium security level. Without further ado, let's just get started. First of all, we need to set the security level to medium and submit. And then we can jump to file inclusion module. And as before, we need to check to see how this function is behaving. And go back. So, you can notice the address bar of browser. Every time a different file name will be passed to the web application, file 1, file 2, file 3. So this is a very suspicious phenomenon that the application exists file inclusion vulnerability. Okay, and also you can check to see its source code, and we can make the window to be larger. So here the page we wish to display is this one. So the page is parameter, and unlike the low security level, this level introduce some sort of validation input validation, and this function. So the HTTP prefix or HTTPS prefix will be replaced by empty string. So this will, to some extent, will prevent us from conducting remote file inclusion. But there's still some way to bypass. But just I said at the low security level, remote file inclusion vulnerability is out of scope of this series. Why? Because if you go back to the file inclusion vulnerability, the newer version of PHP will prevent us from accessing remote hosts. Okay, you can use lower version of PHP to complete this module. I mean the remote file inclusion vulnerability. But anyhow, this is out of my scope. Okay, let's go back to file inclusion. And although just now we have already seen there is some sort of valid or input validation, and the second is the second function is to replace the double dots and the slash, or a double dots and the double backslashes will be replaced by empty string. So of course this will be used when we targeting Windows machine. And so actually this function is not very secure if you use the Google PHP function string replace. So as it says here, this function replace all occurrences of the search string with the replacement string. So what's the vulnerability of this function? This replacement is not done recursively, yes, or repeatedly. So we can find a way to bypass such a validation. What I mean by this, we just, I think there are at least two ways to bypass input validation. For example, the first one, sorry, not this one. Similarly, we can use this way. We can use four dots and double slashes. So in this case, the double dots and the slash would be replaced or be removed, but the remaining double dots and one slash still works. Okay, so I think we can copy. Okay, password. As you can see over here, we still can get back content of a password file. Okay, I think I've already explained it very clearly. And this is the first way. And the second one way, if you review the source code again, this one just replace double dots and the slash with empty string. And this doesn't stop us to use, for example, I can directly use the absolute path of a password file without a double dots and a slash. Okay, what I mean, I can show you password. So this case, I don't use any double dots and slash, and we can hit enter. You can see we still get back content of password file. I think you also can find other ways to bypass such filters easily. And I've already opened up this link, and you can use Google to make some research. There's many ways to bypass. For example, like a base64 filter. This one is very useful when we try to retrieve source code of this page. For example, this one. For example, if you want to get back the FI PHP file, the source code, and this is very, very useful. Okay, and also as you can see, slashes and the pass obfuscation skills and Windows specific tricks and wrapper exploitation. So when you do the file inclusion vulnerability attack, you can use this resource for your purpose. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a good day, please.